Hi and welcome back. In today's video, we are talking about eyelashes and how to naturally grow longer, thicker lashes. I was recently approached by a very sweet checkout girl at our local supermarket asking me what I used on my lashes to grow them. This gorgeous girl went on to tell me that she had been trying to grow her lashes unsuccessfully, and that because of that she was wearing false lashes, which, to be honest, I couldn't tell. She was stunning and her lashes looked quite natural. But this interaction got me thinking that probably most of us would like longer, thicker lashes, and that we would try quite a few things to get them. Now, personally, I've been quite lucky. I have inherited my mom's long, dark lashes. But over the last few years, I have noticed that my lashes weren't quite as lustrous as they used to be, even though I applied castor oil to them nightly, as I had done for many years. Now, while many swear by castor oil as a natural remedy to grow hair and lashes, there is actually no scientific evidence behind castor oil and hair growth or lash growth. In fact, several years ago, I made a video on this subject, for which I went down the rabbit hole of research, trying to find some studies linking castor oil to hair or lash growth. But aside from castor oil containing ricinoleic acid, which may boost circulation of the scalp, subsequently promoting healthier, stronger hair, I couldn't find any link between castor oil and hair or lash growth. What castor oil most likely does is condition hair and lashes, therefore making them look healthier and more lustrous. And for many years, castor oil worked really well on my lashes. But as I mentioned, over the last few years, I did notice that my lashes weren't looking quite as healthy as they used to. And I also noticed that I was losing more lashes. So I sleep with eye shades at night, and every morning when I woke up, I found a few lashes on each of my cheeks, which I didn't like. So I became intrigued with lash serums. I heard a friend of mine talk about this, as she called it all-natural lash serum by DoNotAge, which she said worked wonders. Intrigued by the words all natural, I didn't even look at the ingredients. I ordered the serum. However, every time I applied it from the first use, it stung and burned. I just thought I have really sensitive skin, so I continued to use it. And about 2 weeks in, indeed my lashes were getting longer and even darker, so I was hooked. However, after another 2 weeks of using the serum, I noticed that not only were my lashes getting longer and darker, but my eyelids were getting darker. So that is when I finally looked at the ingredients of the serum and realized that this all-natural lash serum contained a prostaglandin. Now, prostaglandins are a group of lipids with hormone-like actions, which our body actually produces naturally, primarily at sites of tissue damage and infection. So they are indeed natural, and they are often added to lash serums because they work beautifully. They target the anagen phase of the eyelash growth cycle, resulting in thicker, longer lashes with more melanin deposition. So they can even make our lashes darker. However, though prostaglandins work beautifully, they also have quite a few side effects. They can cause inflammation, irritation, redness and itchiness, as well as discoloration of the eyelids. In rare cases, the use of prostaglandins can lead to fat loss around the eyes, and also in rare cases, prostaglandins can actually change the color of the iris. So after learning that this lash serum I had been using for about 4 weeks now contained a prostaglandin, and that because of that I was experiencing all kinds of side effects, I threw that serum in the trash. However, I was really liking my longer, darker lashes, so I started to research prostaglandin-free lash serums that actually work. And my research eventually led me to this Reddit article right here, in which the author, who seemed to have been on the same search for a prostaglandin-free lash serum that actually works, in detail talked about which ingredients one should look for when trying to grow their lashes naturally. Not only did this wonderful person mention several ingredients which he or she said had been scientifically proven in studies of varying quality to cause hair and lash growth, but the author also listed several lash serums containing most or even all of these ingredients. So a lot of the information I'm going to share with you right now, I cannot take any credit for. I was really lucky to come across this article. The only thing I can take credit for is looking up the studies and researching them further. So the first ingredient this wonderful person mentioned to look for is acetyl tetrapeptide 3, which is a man-made copy of a string of amino acids naturally occurring in our body, which helps with collagen synthesis and tissue repair. And there are actually some promising studies on acetyl tetrapeptide 3 showing that it can slow down and even prevent hair loss. Acetyl tetrapeptide 3 is said to stimulate tissue regeneration in the tissue that connects hair follicles to the scalp, which in turn helps to anchor hair follicles to the scalp, thus preventing hair loss. Now, acetyl tetrapeptide 3 is said to be even more powerful when combined with red clover extract. The next ingredient to look for is myristoyl pentapeptide 17 or MP17. MP17 is a synthetic peptide made up of 5 amino acids, which is said to stimulate keratin production. And keratin is a protein needed for healthy hair growth. So MP17 is often added to hair care products. A small study conducted on a lash serum containing, amongst other ingredients, MP17 showed that this particular serum indeed caused a definite increase in lash length, thickness, luster, and even curl. Now, another key ingredient in this particular serum was another peptide called myristoyl hexapeptide 16 or MH16, which is also said to promote keratin production. And MH16 is said to work really well alongside MP17, not just to promote longer lashes, but both promote the delivery of other active ingredients such as growth factors. And then lastly, another ingredient to look for is biotinoyl tripeptide 1, which is a molecule in which a 3 amino acid peptide, tripeptide 1, also known as kappa peptide, is combined with biotin. And biotin, of course, we know as a supplement for stronger hair and nails. An in vitro study on this particular molecule showed that it can promote hair bulb keratinocyte proliferation and also help with optimal hair anchorage. So these are the ingredients, again, this lovely person on Reddit said to look for if we want to grow our lashes naturally without prostaglandins. And as I mentioned earlier, not only did this person mention which ingredients to look for, but they also listed a list of lash serums containing most or even all of these ingredients. However, this article was written about 2 years ago. And while I think that the list of peptides to look for is definitely still relevant, the list of serums listed here containing them is no longer complete. For example, the ordinary lash and brow serum, which came out about a year ago, contains almost all of these ingredients And there might even be some other newer lash serums containing some or even all of these ingredients. Regardless, I will link all of the serums listed here down below in the description box. Now, after looking at this list, I decided to order the Reviv Lash and Brow Serum. So this one contains 3 of the 4 ingredients we just looked at. It does contain the copper peptide coupled with biotin. It contains acetyl tetrapeptide 3 and MP17. It does not contain the MH16, which is said to go really well with MP17. However, it does contain some other peptides as well as apple stem cells. I have really been loving this. In fact, I have talked about this in other videos. I have been using this, I can't quite remember, for at least 6 months now, if not longer, and I have 0 irritation. I use this every night, sometimes also in the morning if I remember, but for sure every night, and I have 0 irritation. No itching, no burning, no dryness, no discoloration. However, my lashes have definitely gotten longer as well as thicker. And I lose less lashes. When I take off my eye shades in the morning now, I don't have any lashes on my cheeks. In fact, my lashes have gotten so long that when I wear my glasses now, I have to put them a little further down on my nose, because if I put them all the way up, my lashes bump into my glasses. So this has worked really well for me. It has not darkened my lashes. So I don't wear any mascara, but I tint my lashes. I actually made a video on that quite a while ago. If you're curious, I will link it down below. So I tint my lashes about every 2 months or so. I haven't tinted them in at least 2 months, so I have to really tint them. So this is my real color, and you might be able to see some grays in there and my blonde roots. So this has not made my lashes darker, but definitely longer as well as thicker. And like I said, I lose less lashes. It hasn't given me a curl. I wish it would, because my lashes are quite straight. But aside from that, I am really, really happy with this serum. And I have purchased this several times and will continue to do so. I also just recently, maybe about 2 months ago, started putting this on my brows, because probably like everybody else in the 90s, I overplucked my brows. And I don't know why I didn't think about it sooner. Like I said, I started about 2 months ago, but they are definitely growing in. I have, and I don't know if you can see it, but I have a whole row of new hairs right here. So this is not just making my lashes longer, but it is actually filling in my brows, which is great. So I am really happy with this serum. Now, before trying this serum, I did try the ordinary lash and brow serum, which interestingly enough does have 3 of the ingredients we just looked at. In fact, it contains the same 3 peptides the Reviv Lash and Brow Serum contains. However, strangely enough, while I really wanted to like the ordinary Lash and Brow Serum, since it is quite inexpensive, with that one, unfortunately, I didn't notice anything. I didn't get any irritation from it, but I used 2 containers of it, the ordinary one, not this one, and I didn't notice any difference. Now, that could just be the formulation itself. While we are stressing ingredients here, ingredients are not everything. It also depends on how a product is formulated. Or it could be that the additional ingredients in the Reviv Lash and Brow Serum, such as the apple stem cells and some of the other peptides, make it more effective, at least for myself. Then I also ordered the Silly George out of curiosity, since it kept popping up in my Facebook feed. Now, that one only contains 1 of the 4 ingredients we just looked at. It does contain myristoyl pentapeptide 17, which interestingly enough, they list as myristoyl pentapeptide 4. However, it is the same peptide. I got an empty container when I ordered that one. So needless to say, I won't reorder that one, and I wasn't even able to try it. After the Silly George, after I got the empty container, I ordered this one and I've been really happy with it. And if you're looking for a prostaglandin-free lash serum, I actually do have a discount code for this. After using this for about 3 months or so, I reached out to the company asking them would they give me a code for you. But if you don't want to get this particular one, just look for one containing some or maybe all of the ingredients we just talked about, and hopefully it will work really well for you. So I hope this video was helpful. Any questions or comments, please leave them down below. You know, I always love to hear from you. And I would love to know, do you use a lash serum? If so, which one? Do you use one containing prostaglandins? And if so, have you noticed any side effects? Do you use a natural one? If so, which one? Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye.